Writing a Resume, presented by the Tufts Career Center. This workshop will help you to understand what a resume is and when you will use it. We'll look at important questions to consider before you write your resume. We'll spend time reviewing the parts of a resume, and finally, we'll discuss other documents that complement a resume. You'll need a resume when you apply for a job, internship, or graduate school. You may also be asked for a resume when you apply for a fellowship, scholarship, or volunteer opportunity. A resume is a quick and easy way to market accomplishments and skills from school, work, extracurricular activities, and other areas of your professional background. Before you sit down to write a resume, think about why you need a resume and who will be reading it. This is a good time for a brainstorming session. List experiences you're proud of, favorite activities, the skills you enjoy using, and your strengths and accomplishments. Think about how these experiences and accomplishments relate to the position you are seeking. A resume is not merely a list of education and employment. It's much more than that. The purpose of a resume is to link your qualifications directly to the requirements that can be found in a job or internship listing. A resume that is consistent in format and visually appealing will lure an employer to keep reading. It is important to spend time on the format and content of your resume. Spelling and grammatical errors are unacceptable. A reader must be able to skim your resume in a matter of seconds, resulting in an important first impression of you and what you have to offer. This is called your personal brand. You can make it easy for a reader to understand your brand by listing accomplishments instead of listing everything that you have done. Use bullets instead of paragraphs and phrases instead of full sentences. Know your audience and use details and terminology that they will appreciate. Think about creating more than one version of your resume if you are applying to different career fields and appealing to different audiences. Finally, have your resume critiqued by someone who can judge the quality and usefulness of your document, such as a career counselor, a human resources professional, a professor, or a Tufts alum who is working in your field of interest. Keeping to certain style guidelines will help you write a resume that will convey a clear and concise message. Your choice of font should be a professional one that is easy to read. Do not overuse styles like bold, underline, and italics. Margins should be no less than a half inch. The use of graphics and color on the resume should be acceptable for your field of interest. The Tufts Career Center recommends that undergraduates stick to a one-page resume unless applying for a position in research where the student has enough experience to warrant a second page. Graduate students may use more than one page for their resume depending on the number of experiences they need to list and their career field of interest. Most resumes will have sections for name, address, and contact information, education, experience, activities, skills, and interests. Many students choose to customize their resume by tailoring their section headings. This will help an employer pick out your relevant experiences more quickly when they scan your resume. This is a chronological resume showing standard sections like education and experience. This student has also chosen to market her leadership experience, which is not typical of every student's resume. She has probably chosen to demonstrate her leadership on her resume because the jobs she is interested in are listing leadership in the job descriptions. Even if the job description did not list leadership as a qualification, the student would still benefit from keeping this section on her resume, as leadership is sought after by employers from a variety of industries. Always list your contact information at the top of your resume. Include your name, a local address, phone number, preferably mobile, and an email address, preferably your Tufts email. Education is always the first section on a student's resume. List your college, Tufts University, along with the geographic location, degree you are pursuing, majors, minor, and month and year of expected graduation. List your major concentration if it is relevant. The same goes for listing a pre-professional program like pre-med. Only list it if it is relevant. Include your overall GPA if it is 3.0 or above. List academic awards and achievements. This section should not take up too much room on the resume and should appear uncluttered and be easy to scan quickly. College can be followed by high school if you are a first-year student or sophomore and you feel listing your high school enhances your experience. By junior or senior year, you probably won't have room for high school and you'll take it off. Do not list college and high school activities in this section. Remember to list study abroad experiences. Placement of your education at the top of the resume ensures you are marketing Tufts University to the fullest extent. You can see on this resume that the student is currently an international relations major pursuing a Bachelor of Arts degree. She has listed the title of her thesis in the education section, and her study abroad experience is also listed here. Moving down the resume, you'll note that she has a news and public affairs experience section, clustering together similar experiences so that the reader will quickly see a number of experiences in the same field. Additionally, this student has provided details for the entries in her leadership section, giving just as much space for college Republicans and Hillel as she does for the American Israel Public Affairs Committee and Rock the Vote. As we saw in the previous resume, the experience section is usually the second section on the resume and can take up lots of room. That's because it is perhaps the most important section on the resume. This section contains the significant experiences that you want to showcase for employers. This section can include paid and unpaid work, part-time and full-time, volunteer, and extracurricular activities. List experiences from the present to the past, including the name of the organization, geographic location, job title, and months and years of involvement. Most important, detail your activities and accomplishments. This graduate student resume shows a detailed yet succinct experience section geared toward jobs in the child development field. Even the activities section is catered toward the field. The student probably has more experiences than are listed here, but which do not fall within her field of interest, so she has chosen to omit them in order to focus on her most relevant experiences. The skills section of your resume should contain skills that are hard and are technical, like computer and foreign language skills. Try to detail your level of proficiency with these types of skills. If you are certified, for example, that is demonstrating an advanced level of proficiency within a certain skill set. Soft skills like communication and interpersonal skills and teamwork are not listed here. A cover letter, which will be mentioned later, is a better place to address your soft skills. There are several items which do not belong on your resume. Personal information such as birth date, social security number, photograph of oneself, and citizenship are among the items that are not listed on a resume used to apply for jobs in the United States. References belong on a separate document, and you need not include the phrase, "references available upon request." You will submit a cover letter with most resumes when you apply for a job or internship. A resume can't possibly include everything. A cover letter says what the resume can't say, which is why you are interested in the organization and the career field, how the position fits into your career goals, and what you would like to learn. A cover letter complements your resume and is customized for each and every position. For more information about cover letters, see the Tufts Career Center website and the cover letters packet and online workshop. An objective statement is an optional section on the resume that identifies the candidate's job or internship goal. It is a phrase that appears at the top of the resume directly beneath the candidate's name and address above the education section. If you plan to include a cover letter with your resume, an objective is generally unnecessary. A reference list provides the names and contact information for 3 to 4 people who can discuss your previous work or academic performance with employers. Friends and family members cannot act as references. References should not be listed on your resume. You should ask references permission before you provide them to an employer. A sample reference list is provided in the Tufts Career Center resume packet and online. Thank you for viewing the workshop. We welcome your feedback by email at careercenter@tufts.edu. For more information about resumes and the topics discussed in this workshop, please go to the Tufts Career Center website at careers.tufts.edu.